What up, everyone? It's me, Jaden. Welcome back to another video on my own channel, by my own name. And we have breaking news coming out of the NFL today. Well, not today. Did breaking news? Did breaking on my brain out to y'all? Did new came out yesterday and the new came out Friday. So we're really late to talk about this, but I don't really want to talk about this news on the weekend. But I would then eventually talked about it, but we're not gonna be on the weekends. I was not happy about this. But Deshaun Watson being traded to the Cleveland Browns. Just in case if you have not heard, even I think most of y'all are. I think most of y'all who are all Brown fans and everybody else who are not fans of Deshaun Watson, whoever who used to be Deshaun Watson fans, of Texans fans, I'm sure y'all have heard about this. I'm sure y'all have heard about this news. So I'm just we'll start with this. This is a very nice trade for the Browns. I really thought it was gonna go to the Saints. That's my favorite team in the NFL, and I'm not it because here's the reason why I'm not happy about this. Because he told the Browns, he told the Browns 100%, I don't want to be there. They even tried to event him at the end with some money. He didn't want to go. He still said no. And then he told the Panthers he's not interested in going there. So it went on to the Saints and the Falcons. And somehow he owed to the Browns. I debate with him he lied. Because he told the Browns twice the first time he didn't want to go there. Then they offered him some money, still said no, and the very last day of the week on Friday afternoon, he said he's going to the Browns. That didn't make no sense to me. He told him twice he don't want to go there. But somehow he went there. I don't know what invented mine. I'm sure it would probably still money, but he told him twice. They even offered him some money, but he still said no. So I still don't know. It didn't make no sense. He said he wanted to go there twice, but somehow he went there. Even though he got paid a $230 million deal for the next 5 years, so he'll be with the Browns for the next 5 years. But he most likely will not play this year because he's going to be suspended for all the. So he's still facing 22 civil lawsuits. Again, he will. If any Brown fan is watching this video, Deshaun Watson will basically probably not play most of the entire year. He'll play. He's gonna be suspended because you gotta realize this. He facing 22 civil lawsuits. 22 civil lawsuits. So he most likely probably will not play maybe the first half of the year. So the Browns gonna have to go the first half of the year out there top quarterback and a half for a pretty long time. So I'm just letting you know. But after that, he'll be able to play as long as he wants. He's gonna be suspended. So I'm just letting Brown fans know. If any of y'all watching this, I'm just letting you know about he will be suspended. There's no doubt he's not gonna be suspended. And I know if he would have went to the Saints, and that's my favorite team, I know he would have been suspended too. But I would have loved to have a guy like Deshaun Watson on the team. He's a top 10. He's a top 10 quarterback. Top 10. Because he's not a top 5. No way he's a top 5 quarterback, but I know he's like the top 10. I would have loved to have him on the team because he have everything. He have the ability to throw the football. He can run it. He can run the football. He have everything that's bad. The only thing he do not have is bad is playoff experience. His first year in the playoffs in 2018 wasn't pretty good. He lost his very first playoff in the wild card. He got to tell Butt versus the Indianapolis Colts. And then 2019, he went in the very first playoff game versus one of the greatest quarterbacks in the league, and Josh Allen. And then he dove into Kansas City to have 24-0, and they blow a 24-0 lead to lose 51-31. That's insane. Blowing a 24-0 lead to lose 51-31. See, that dude came back and they put up 51 points, and they only put up 7 as the game went on. As the game went on, man. And then in 2020, he was so talented. That probably his best year. He was the top 5 quarterback, even though the Texans did not have a great year. But he depleted so much percentage. He was the top 5 guy with the way he played that year. But then in 2021, he don't play an end of the game. He was facing some stuff about if he would Dilfy or not. And now it comes to the 2022 off season about where Deshaun Watson he's gonna go. The 14 with the Panthers, Browns, Saints, and Falcons. First, like I said, he told the Browns he wanted to be there. Then they offered him some money. He still said no. Then tell the Panthers. Then he told them no. So they leave out the Saints and the Falcons. And I really thought it was a no to the Saints. He got to look at the type of team they have. I know they don't have a coach right now, but still look at the team. Alvin Kamara, Mark Ingram, Deron Armstead. Deron Armstead, Lyle Tall, and Michael Thomas. They did have Trey Brunson, but then they lost him. He's gonna be leaving the Saints eventually. So even though you still have him, they should. Even though they gotta sign another receiver, they got to. They did all Trey Smith, and who you have on that roster? Really, all you have is Market Callaway, but that's it. So they needed another receiver. They need to. I just think they do. There's something to us. I like Market Callaway. He was the number one receiver last year. He was the number one receiver last year for him. He played excellent. But that was what out Michael Thomas. He needed to step up his game. So he did that. And now you run Trey Smith in. He basically did nothing. He did nothing. So it would basically Martin Callaway. But now you get rid of Trey Smith. You bring Martin Thomas back. He's not gonna be as good as he was this year. It's gonna be everything is gonna be on Michael Thomas. And Jamie Winston, he is gonna be the quarterback. He has signed a he has signed a $28 million deal with the Saints for the next 2 years, so he's gonna be the quarterback for the Saints for the next 2 years. I'm just letting y'all know that too. I'm just saying they needed a receiver. They needed that one. Because again, everything is gonna be on Michael Thomas. It's like everything was all on Martin Callaway, everything is gonna be on Michael Thomas. And when it comes to the playoffs, everything can be on Michael Thomas. It can't. So I think they need another receiver. Big time. There receivers out there. We have Odin Beckham Jr. Potentially he could leave the Rams, but I think he do. But I think he won't. But still, you got him. You have Julio Jones. You have Antonio Brown. You have DJ Metcalf, a person who is in the league, Seattle. So you have some options. You have 4 different options. And who will you want? You after that Jarvis Landry. You have 5 different options. All the receivers are top 5. Those guys are near. Those guys are all top 10. You have 5 different options, and 3 of them are in the bio market. So who we don't draft? If I was going to pick out of any of those 5, it would be Odin Beckham Jr. He's the obvious answer. He will be my person I don't want to draft. But you put him with Michael Thomas. They both cost so much money, so I probably wouldn't put him there. But there's somebody who do not cost that kind of money, and that's DJ Metcalf. I think he will be a nice fit to go with the Saints with Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, Jameis Winston. That great defense they have to put on. That will make Dennis Allen's job a little bit easier because you add another receiver. That will make the job a little bit easier because the offense is just not as good. So I think they need to so they don't have a tight end. They potentially could lose Deron Armstead, so you can lose him. You don't have a backup quarterback. So if let's say Jamie Winston get hurt again. Let's say he gets hurt again. Who you have? You have Taysom Hill, but Taysom Hill is not going to be playing a quarterback this year. They said Taysom Hill is not going to be playing quarterback at all. Even if Jamie Winston had that injury, even if he had that injury, he's not going to play quarterback. So they are potentially they are going to get a quarterback out of the draft. I forgot what his name up. He's the excellent quarterback. He's gonna be the number 1 quarterback coming out of the college league, and he's gonna be going to the New Orleans Saints. So something to it saying it's not official, but what we're hearing, Saints are gonna be the number 1 quarterback coming out of college. So he'll be the one backing up Jameis Winston. But like they say, something could change. But I'm just saying they just need to add a little more depth. So I think that DJ Metcalf is gonna really help with that. If not, I'm probably gonna go like Antonio Brown. If not, I really have no other option. You have Jarvis Landry, Julio Jones, but all these guys they cost a little bit too much money. Odin Beckham Jr. he cost too much money. You put him on Michael Thomas. You put him on Michael Thomas. You know, receiving them two, they cost too much money, so you can't put him there. And Julio Jones also cost a lot of money. But DJ Metcalf and Tony Brown, Dodai do not cost that kind of money. Dodai cost over $5 million, and that's not a lot to pay. So I think you gotta get guys like that. Till you already have Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. So those guys are gonna cost a bunch of money. So you gotta get guys who do not cost that kind of money. And those guys like DJ Metcalf or Tony Brown, those guys only cost like $5 million, $6 million. So bring those guys in. But yet before we've been talking about this all video. We go to a trade that happened yesterday. Matt Ryan is getting traded to the Colts. They did a very nice fit. We all knew it was gonna happen. I picked Matt Ryan to be the quarterback for the Colts. You have three different options. You have Baker Mayfield, you have Jimmy Garoppolo, you have Matt Ryan. Who you pick? You probably already picked Jimmy Garoppolo, but I think Matt Ryan will be the better fit because you got to live with Phil Rivers. Rivers. I can't say his first name, but Phil Rivers. There we go. He would have really good quarterback there. Cause Matt Ryan and Phil Rivers are basically the same as that guy. They basically the same. And putting Matt Ryan there is gonna be a really good fit. Because why would you keep him in Atlanta? Who do they have? Tell me one person. Who do they have? Do they have anybody on that roster to potentially help them win games? No. They have nobody. They have nobody on that roster. So you put him on a team like the Colts. That is dangerous. You have guys on that team. You have people on that team. Especially a man who's a top 5 runner in Jonathan Taylor. That man is dangerous. You have weapons all over the place. You have weapons all over the place. Especially a guy like Jonathan Taylor. You have a great defense, great offense, great coach. And now there's one piece you're missing to the table. You have a great potential for the quarterback. But there's one thing you're missing, and that is a quarterback. So now you sign Matt Ryan. That's another. Now they have everything they need. Matt Ryan is their guy. I think he was going to be the guy instead of Jimmy G. It was not going to be Baker Mayfield. No way, no how. It was going to be either between Jimmy G or Matt Ryan, and I picked Matt Ryan. I don't think Jimmy G is going to leave San Francisco because I really wanted Matt Ryan to go to the Colts because that would lead the door for maybe Jimmy G going to New Orleans, but now they have re-signed Jameis. So I think Jimmy G and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to stay in San Francisco. I just think he is. Why would he leave? There's nobody he should go to. There's nobody out there. So I think he should stay with San Francisco. It'll keep him at Duke David because in 2019, 13 win. They go all the way to the Super Bowl. 2021, they had a terrible start. Jimmy G got injured. All they played got injured, but then Jimmy G come back, D'Lo, Jordan, all these guys come back, and they make their run for the playoffs. And then they win the first 2 playoff games versus Dallas, and after that bad man, and then they play the Rams. I didn't pick them to beat the Rams. I figured the Rams were gonna eventually beat them, even though they had beat them the last 6 times. But I figured eventually because do you think the Los Angeles Rams are gonna lose to the 49ers 3 times in a row in the same season? There's no way Aaron Donald was gonna let that happen. Aaron Donald had no way, no how gonna let that happen. And he made sure that it not happen. He came away with the game-saving sack to put the Rams in the Super Bowl. That's all we have for you today. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give the video thumbs up, and we'll see you for the next video.